Hey, good morning, guys. So we are back to GitHub with we going to see how we going to the sector cell without user and password. My public key, public. So this is a document where each and every is given. Just you follow this as I'm going to follow this document. Keep on changing. They will update it by the SSH out. So better you follow this instead of following video. So this documentation, let me show you. This is the first about SSH. Checking the existing key, we know that. So I'm going to link. So I know that where we contained with all hidden file SSH. They are telling check do you have this RSA. So we saw the all three file. These two file we know. RSA we saw we have generated system to system, system to server, and system router switch. And you saw the unknown host they have, and we're going to use cloud ed 2551. So either you generate and upload the existing, how to generate here it's given, or you can. So this section is going to generate the new SSH, and it's going to add agent. This is the catch here. Into the SSH agent, this is the catch there. Here you have to generate we saw this is the we already done. Instead of the type of key, we have done that uh, the RSA, and we saw we have given bits and bytes, but here no, they're going to take the default one. We going, and the comments usually your Gmail ID use what we have done. If you have legacy one, then only you go for RSA. If you're not going to support by the E. But the latest operating, I will put. Okay. Now they given you how to generate the passphrase. They're going to ask you to you generate the passphrase. Now after generating your public key, you have to add your public key. The SSH agent. What is SSH agent? SSH agent is nothing. Is the agent which going to make the communication to public cloud to your local system. Is agent. So you have to start your agent local. So this is the command evaluate. Start your agent. Once you start, you can able to see the process ID. Yes, there is a process reflect to the SSH. One SSH agent is active. Then you add your public key, sorry, private key to your system so that SSH agent is a process by which those public cloud going to authenticate. So they need that SSH need your private key. You are going to share your add your private key that SSH agent. You done this, you are good. Now you can do the test. Okay, before test, you have to add this public key. Now private key you add it to SSH agent. Now you have second part public key add to your GitHub. So here they given you the profile. You have to go to setting profile, then go to the new SSH. Okay, after adding that, you need to do the testing part. You need to do test. How to test that? Here, testing your SSH connection. Here, so They maybe ask you password, or maybe they did not ask you password. You test. For testing URL, Google, don't worry.
Ash, Ashway, it's a tab. I think third tab on your browser.
Not, oh, okay, okay.
Third tab from the left side.
Walking SSS passphrase, no, I don't want, because I don't want to complex adding.
Ashway,
I think
third tab
first one,
from the left.
first one, yeah. So this is the command by which you test your SSS is working fine. If they are able to generate the fingerprint, and test is pass. You are able to connect the cloud. Now you have to define your public. From public code in. Right now we saw that. Come back to this earlier. This is the error. What they are not password, we are using them, but that is called personal access token instead of the password. Now after giving the personal accepted. Okay, clear guys? So let's do this first. So I'm going to do step by step. So this is my system, and I'm going to exit. Ah, so this is my local system host. I'm going to connect with the cloud. So, so I have already generated the key. I just want to the key. I've already established, and so we have already generated. I'm going to remove this for this lab so that we generate a new key. Yes. And second, I'm going to open new session for the my Git. So see Git. Okay, you have it. So right now, um, I'm going to remove that. So remove recursive filing. Remove the public. So you can see that we have RSA config. So I'm going to create for this. So no need to remember the key wise. You have to follow the SS generate here what we have. So we already defined this. Okay. So keygen as type, I can take as a type with the copy. I'm going to go here. Going to paste this. So what will be the comments? How do you know that? You have to config files. So config copying. Understand what I'm doing. I'm taking copy this I'm going to that that's all. Right? Is have generated the public private key of this. I don't want to give passphrase. Done. So let's see the my now we key one which is day. Okay. Now I have to share the my public key to the remote, right? Okay. What we have done this. So while we are checking with, we have to initiate the my SSH agent. I'm going to copy this command, the command to add into start my SSH agent. The agent started. That's okay. My this should be not same because this is local to your system. What process? Now you add. Because I did not change the name. If you change the whole this ID name, you have to use that same ID name because I did not change any ID name. I'm going to add this private IP to the SSH agent. So you can see identity added this my agent. This added as identity. Okay. So now after that you have to add your public. Now private ID added to your SSH agent. Before that you started your SSH agent and you added that private IP, sorry, private ID. Now you're going to copy the public ID to your GitHub. So let's see what is my public ID do. Add that file, cat ID, the public ID. This is my public. I will go to my GitHub account, the GitHub account, logged out. So this account. Okay, we are into account. I'm going to go to the setting. This is setting. Go to setting. Have option SSH. Click this. Now you can add SSH key. This is the Google key. Okay. We are talking about SSH. Just click here, new SSH. Give your on the POD set. Does not matter. And copy with this. So here you have to copy entire key, means they should know which type of key even. Just with the not only the content. Copy this. Going to paste. Once paste, add this key. They will not going to show you key to you. It is going to show you the hash value that start to. Now you have to confirm your hash whether this is having. So if this key is matched, the hash value matched, all good. So how you have to do? You have to check the SSH keygen print as value file that the so this is the star has value. So starting from IW, DIW, G means this has value match is good. You can minimize if you are not comfortable, then you here guys this key. Okay, now once is a match, everything okay good, we have to test whether we are able to act with. So testing part, no need to remember any command. This have given going to generate the SS captured fingerprint with the cloud. In test this, that's git at the rate github.com. So you can see the fingerprint is created. First time I'm doing so, yes, permanently added. Now you have successful. It does not private set, but GitHub does not provide the private. Okay, that's okay. Just for testing. So hi, this is your username. You have success. Period till here, right?
Yes.
So testing is done. We have added. We compare the 250 as. Now let's push the code. For that, I'm going to change some changes in my code. I have a count or a git folder, so I can see this is the git. We have git status, nothing to push, everything is clean, and I can check out git log one liner. So my local and the remotes are on the same timeline. Let's do some work system that I'm remote. Okay, so I have code here. I'm going I code this and I want to next level of coding. If you remember, this code is here. We have done updated this one. So now we have next understand the era 0 1 2 3. If you pass this way, we have done the testing. If you remember, in array we have done the multiple array. Just copy this. Okay, the coding code. Okay. So this is a part. If as now I can see stuff it status we change, we have untracked file. You can, if you do git diff here, they're going to give you compare what's the untracked file, and the difference is only the we have multiple you can say array value in the output, if you remember, just for testing. And that's a difference. Let's do the git add. I have only one file, so I'm not worried. I just dot and commit. This is the multiple array. What is this? Array.
Just Y, A double R A
Yes.
Y.
Array. Our commit. So by looking on commit, I can say what done. And then this commit is done. We are git status here. Everything is clean. But they are telling, but your local branch main is ahead of the origin remotes. That's my remotes. Now let's do. If I'm going to do first origin this, do they will ask your the old method. Let's do. I'm going to post. So it's supposed to authenticate or not? Tell me. They're supposed to ask me user and password.
It should.
Let's see. It should not, right? Yes or no?
It should ask you username password. Right? It should
Why? I
not
have
actually.
given the public and private.
But we
Tested
haven't
this
made
work.
changes.
So let's see. Naval, do you understand where we are?
Yes, I understand. So while pushing, I think that should not ask the username and the
Yes, that
password.
should not ask, but you have to troubleshoot. They ask. Let's enter. They are asking. They are asking. That's I don't want. Pass this wrong password or some not author. Okay. They are telling no, I can't put. It's not working. Not working. Especially
Pass
questions to
instead
this.
of pa Yeah, instead of password, you need to type the token one.
Yeah,
Token.
token. If I use right token, yes, they accept that. But I want my public and private key infrastructure work, right? The catch is here. Who is your remote? What you have done the test. Your
The
testing
remote is
has done what? So you have done your testing. This is your testing. You
remote
have
is
done
GitHub.
testing for what? Git at the rate
GitHub,
github.com.
right?
And what is your remote here? Github.com is right. But it's not like git at the rate. This is the API, REST API. This is a REST, HTTPS. You have to change this to your the testing part. Public key infrastructure as a server, not a wave. A wave. The catch is this is the troubleshoot. So how do I know the what is the actual link to? So right now, what is your remotes? So I will go for remote verbal because I want to debug. I see the remote is my rest, not where do I go to my remote, actual remote. So go to the okay, go to the profile and you can go to the your repositories or the code where you want. Click this your repository, a specific repository. You can see that code. Can you see this column code? You can have drop down. Just click over here. You have HTTP. This you have SSH. This link you have to copy, and this is your real remote. By default, rest. But when we will use DevOps, you will see that time we will use that or cloning part you will. Okay, so here you have to use SSH, that key. Okay, and copy this key. Once you copy, you can notepad to understand the proper way. I want to, this is your actual SSH server. Your remote must be this, not, okay. How do you change your remotes? I'm going to show you this document that is not given into the activity or part 2. So your remote's going to be defined with the URL, this part, branch, GitHub, GitHub, repository is going to work with this. This is the repo, add URL, you have done the remote, and we have done, I will show you again this once we will start. Here the stuff, how you going to add, the command is origin set URL. Okay, set URL origin, so you have to reset your remote. Okay, what I'm going to do, reset your remote from rest SSH. So set git remote set URL. Okay, so we have this URL, and that going to map with the my origin as remote. Whenever I'm going to call this word origin as remote, that this URL going to be, so from where we going to take the URL, of course from here we copy this, but this URL, once you set, you have to cross check Verbog, and you can see instead of your HTTPS, this become, this origins change with the git at the raw. Clear guys? Understand?
Yes.
Once it's done, sorry. Once it's done, now you can push. They will not even ask you your name. That's not even password. They did not ask you your name, password. We are able to refresh this, refresh, commit from 8 changes happened, have edit. However, you want to explore other commits, just you go for the and click the all 9 commits to have all the different commit with the timeline. When we have committed, this is 9th, and we have done 2 commits on 14. Today we have done, and you can check the details of that, what changes you have done. Okay, just click on this commit, and you can see the differences by default, the committed, what difference. Clear guys? Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is all about done for the day. Please create your repository, clone this repository, try to authenticate, and whenever in future now I'm going to use this push, they are not going to ask me password. This is the way. And from here we're going to do all the study on my, so you can explore later what are the things you have done. You can see in your interview, you can't explain what you have done in Ansible and Python. You just share your link. We have collectively studying, testing, and doing this. Everything. Recruiter or your HR or someone, they can view publicly what level you are doing the test, what tested, how step took, everything reflect there. That's a good. Okay, so slowly later on we're going to add. Okay, so I'm going to talk to things offline. So guys, any questions want to record it? Let
I'm
okay,
good.
done.
No, it's okay.
Thank you guys. So see you in next class. Bye bye.